Good morning, afternoon or evening. This is a wall selection replay in a match I had against Travel 403 with a really good spawn here. You can see I've got two fish pools, a nice wood line, a copper and a stone quite close. Of course I'm going to be going Poland. My enemy over here has the exact same spawn, but I don't think he uses fish pools. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But we also have cows here, and loads of cows everywhere, so it's quite an intense match from start to finish. I will show a bit more of the Stone Age preparation for the economy and so on. See, I build 5 houses, get my population to 30. Then I only build houses after I get to about 25 population, get some fishing going, not a lot. I get my fight pits going as soon as I get some spare population in wood. I forget to get the wood ropes upgrade, unfortunately. But I gotta go to collect these cows as well. My enemy has made 2 scouts. Here's one, and the other one's wandering around somewhere else. You can see I'm already going Europe, and I've got my first army of warriors fully upgraded, except from the, unupgraded warriors. Just getting the upgrades now, heading all the way to my enemy's base. So you can see my economy there, and my enemy's economy is doing a bit better. But he hasn't got any warriors, and he's not started his upgrade. So my army of 16 warriors is heading over. I'm still microing my economy here, seeing as this tiger was dragged in, but I didn't know where the tiger was. So I could probably collect these these cows, but I wasn't sure where the tiger was, so I didn't want to risk it. So I just moved my workers back. Then I upgrade my workers to Bronze Age workers to build a farm, while my warriors go in to fight. And here you can see he's lost a lot of workers. Right now he's only got around 40, 45, while I am at around 47. So we're about the same, but I've got another army of warriors heading to his base. And he still hasn't got his. So he went Asia. You can see I'm getting my food eco up. I'm getting some towers upgraded. My temple's a little bit idle here, but I wall off any more choke points while taking out a few of his houses. You can see he built too many houses actually. So my attack there didn't mean too much, but you can see I kill a few more of his workers. So now I'm at around 45 workers again, and he's at around 54. So you can see I've got my Europe spears just as he attacks me with his warriors. Fortunately I trap a few workers here, a bit of my own mistake, and I lose about 5 workers there. Unfortunately, but the rest of his army is cleaned up, with a little bit getting to my base. I'm also going the Bronze Age now, and he's also going the Bronze Age, I believe. Yes, but he's going for stables and barracks, strangely enough. You can see another attack's coming in, but my Europe spearmen are here, and he upgrades his warriors, which actually makes them worse, because they got less armor than Asia spearmen. So I clean up his attack again, while another attack goes in to clean up his stables. This one I'm a bit worried that he's going to go specs, so I try to get rid of the stables now, so that any research he was doing for horsemen fails, but I didn't get rid of all of them for some reason. Also going Europe now, he's only just hit the Iron Age, sorry. And I try to lead his spearmen away as far as possible while my next wave comes in. So you can see my next wave is moving in slowly, and this group of spearmen has gone over to attack the pier, cut off any fishing he has, which he didn't actually have any fishing. But I run in with my spearmen, go after the stables, just some outskirt buildings, while hitting medieval. I'm also getting some more workers in my stone deposit, and fighting his heavy spearmen now, with my normal Europe spears, which don't quite win, I don't think. His heavy spearmen are better than my usual spearmen. but it's not too bad. Here another attack comes in from him. I managed to quickly wall here with a tower and a single wall piece. Good for me, I managed to stop his spearmen getting in. But I sent another attack in here, another 16 warriors, sorry, spearmen, and you can see that he's going to lose quite a lot of workers here. Maybe 2 or 3 probably. Stone Age workers. It isn't a huge loss, but it's quite big. So here he's got around maybe 54, 55 workers, while I have 60. So I'm doing better in workers, but his economy is better than mine. But he's also lost a lot of housing and so on. So it's quite even at the moment. I'm still making normal spearmen, as they're still winning against his heavy spears. So I don't see a reason to change for now. And 3 of my spearmen get in and kill a few more of his workers while he wasn't watching. Yeah, you can see he's gone West Asia, and he's getting elephant houses and barracks up. And even some stables. Almost certainly going to get Sibaks at this point, I know. He also gets a few Azap, and at this point I start upgrading my units to pikemen and start making pikemen instead. But my spearmen here win against his heavy spears through numbers and just the fact that it's such a close fight anyway. So I continue growing my army now. I've got around 27 spearmen, while he's upgrading the rest of his workers, getting his own economy up. Slowly upgrading all my buildings, so I can start making pikemen, squads and so on. I've decided to go for squads this game, because he went West Asia. I was thinking I should probably try and go for something against elephants, so I also got crossbowmen. Keep my base nice and tight and walled off, and fight off an army that he sent of Sibaks as I was tower pushing, so unfortunately I lose some of these workers that I sent. But I managed to kill his Sibaks, and use another wall here to stop his Sibaks getting my workers. Some more combat here. I've lost quite a lot of workers, like maybe 4 or 5 workers trying to tower push right now. But my economy is doing better than his, I believe, by a large portion here. He's struggling on food heavily. I've got 11,000 food, and I'm also going late medieval. So I think his issue here was that he just made too many different types of units. He went for elephants, he went for basically everything. You can see he's got Sibaks and elephants getting out here. And his economy is just struggling. He's still not going late. I'm already going IR soon. There you go, I'm starting the upgrade to Poland. But he is winning against me in the fight. I do sneak in about 12 squads. Well, not really sneak, but I managed to break in with 12 squads, which have 10 armor, so a lot of these units are not doing very much damage. And I kill a few of his houses, workers, some buildings. Some more tower pushing while I start making crossbowmen, archers, and stretlets and grenadiers. I also get the upgrades to make them a bit better. And my economy starts going down a little bit, especially my iron, because I've only got 14 workers on iron and I'm making so many iron heavy units. You can see I hide my pikes and archers, sorry, my crossbowmen and archers in this tower because I thought he was going to attack me with elephants. But he's still struggling with his economy, but he will be going IR soon. I'm about to hit IR, so I'm going to be with the age advantage. As you can see, I'm trying to get an army here, and I'm sending my militiamen in to get rid of his workers on this wood line, but instead I decided to go after the ballistas, as they are quite a big threat to me as well. You can see a small push from my grenadiers and stretlets, which do quite nicely. High cost, but I managed to push him back a little bit. Also, I love the new skin for the elephant. Don't know if that's a new skin or just the graphical changes did that, but it looks beautiful. So yeah, I destroy most of his elephants, which is a huge waste of resources on his part. but my food eco starts to drop heavily, which I try to go around by making more workers on food and also building a factory, because Poland gets tractors in IR1. The combat down here is countered by Spaks, as these units here are quite low armor. But I have a single grenadier here who's not doing anything. And he starts to push me back now. He attacks with his elephants, and I've only got a few grenadiers here left to defend, and that's really not going to do very much. So he pushes in, he takes out my vision tower. He's got Bashibuzuks as well. While I'm still struggling with my economy, but I'm making factories, I'm researching light tanks, and I'm making tractors. I've already got one tractor. I've got a little bit of fishing as well, but I don't have any workers on iron, and I don't have any more iron in my base. As you can see here, I couldn't see any more iron anywhere. So I sent some more workers out to gather iron. You can see here I send 6 just to find some iron, but forget about them for a short time as I'm too busy defending myself right now. I also start production of TKS tankettes, and the barracks are a bit graphically bugged here, but I've got, I could start making soldiers soon. As you can see, there's a way in for his archers, but I don't think he makes good use of this. And I just use all my workers to kill his army there. You can see his economy is doing basically the same as me right now, just lacking on the food. And of course there's a boar in my iron deposit, because why wouldn't there be? And there's a elephant Bashibazuk in my wood eco as well. So at this point I'm not 100% sure if I'll win, especially because he's got a forward base here and he's making cannons which only cost iron, which he doesn't have at the moment, but I use my militiamen to try and put some pressure on and try to get rid of these artillery towers, because they're just penning me in. You can see my 3 tankettes are here, and I noticed that this boar has killed 14 of my workers. So I kill it with a TKS and send another 10-15 workers, while my militiamen actually managed to take out one of his artillery towers. I also start making soldiers and archers and carry on production of TKS, tankettes, and I make one more tractor soon. I've got 3 tractors at the moment, that's holding me at about 17,000 wood. But while he's attacking me, I've also managed to get inside his economy, and I'm killing off some of his workers, while he pushes into my base as well. But I've got another 3 TKS tankettes to leave the factories, while my militiamen take out these 2 towers somehow. So at the moment it's not looking very good for me, or for him honestly. You can see that both our ecos are struggling, especially on iron. So he went India, started making machine gun elephants, but I found that the tankettes actually counter machine gun elephants very well. So I will make good use of them. This elephant Bashibazuk doesn't last very long, and I ignore the archers to get rid of the cannons, which are a much bigger threat to my tankettes. So yeah, these 3 tankettes are now taking out his elephant houses, so he can't make the machine gun elephants that he is relying on at the moment. You can see that there's 4 here. And he starts getting his eco up, but because of that he starts dropping everything other than iron, while I am getting stable on everything but wood, sorry. So you can see I'm using the TKS to get rid of elephant houses, and I'm making more constantly. I'm using them as the main structure of my armies, and I'm trying to get rid of his cannons. You can see that I'm not taking much damage except from the cannons, which do really well. So I'm trying to get inside the minimum range, while also taking out his cannons, as they are by far the biggest threat at the moment. The elephant machine gunners are much less of a threat. Let's see, more TKS tankettes. It's 20 damage times 5, and these guys have 13 armor. so they do extremely well against them. I've got a few more tankettes now killing off his food workers. You can see he's not got much of an economy, a bit like me, struggling on wood. But he does sneak a few units into my wood line here, which I do notice, but I just take the damage while I'm dealing with his army. And as you can see, the tankettes en masse with soldiers easily defeat the elephant machine gunners. And I don't believe I lose any workers here. Yeah, no workers lost, but when the archers do come in, I send my army in. These TKS tankettes are still here, slowly taking out his buildings. I kind of forgot about them for this point because I was microing. As you can see, my tankettes are now doing quite well in the push here to get rid of his cannons, which he's still spamming out cannons for some reason. He's getting his eco stable now, but at this point I've got a good economy as well, except for one wood, but it's sustained. And I'm just moving around with my tankettes here inside his base, getting inside the minimum range of most of his towers, and killing off his workers bit by bit. He's losing workers constantly here, but I'm now pop capped, so my wood eco shoots up nicely, while my military is stuck at this size. You can see 3 more tankettes are moving into his base, because these 2 died to the cannon towers. And he's going to go up top of this cliff here. If he went all the way to this corner, he might have been able to snipe my town hall, but I don't think he knew about that. As you can see, this is a complete cliff. But I send my tankettes in for a big push to try push him out of this area here, while my tankettes in here get rid of his cannon towers and houses. And as you can see, he's going for Fury of Durgas. Not 100% sure why. I guess to try and tie my tanks down with the tigers, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. He's still not using his cannons really here. He should have been going after my buildings just to stop my production. But I've got my tankettes now. I've got tankettes in his base. Knocked out loads of his housing. As you can see, he's got not a lot of population space compared to me, and I'm winning here on the front. I also managed to clear out his cannons here with my soldiers, and I'm slowly getting rid of this elephant. And now the TKS tankettes are going up against workers and Sabas. You can see these tankettes have a huge amount of kills each. Well, especially this one at 13. But that'll be the end of the match. He calls GG and quits the match there. So thank you everyone for watching, enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.